Hello everyone, welcome to Clock Cup Season 3. My name is Carter Williams, and I am joined by my commentary partner here, Zachary Ridall. We have a judge for today, Cham, and of course, we have the two competitors right here, Carter Thomas and Dilshawn. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Zach, first of all. You're
Hey,
commentating.
what's up, everyone? You may know me for just having a ton of comps in the Mid-Atlantic region that have clock. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say for now.
Yep. We will have much more to say later on in this match. This is going to be very exciting. This is the semifinal between Carter and Dilshawn, and the winner of this match will face up against Niklas. So, um, without further ado, I think those are all the formalities here. Does anyone else have anything to say before we get going?
Just
Uh,
just a quick thing is that it says overtime on the stream.
yeah,
Oh,
I was just gonna say that.
wait. All right, it's not overtime. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay. So,
Real.
yeah. Let's start with the coin flip. I believe Dilshawn's actually the better seed here. So Dilshawn, we have to go with heads or tails. Um
Wait, you might have me muted. Do you want me to ask?
yeah.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Dilshawn, do you want heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads, so it's gonna go with heads. Let's do the coin flip here. And it's going to be heads. So would you like to ask the question again?
So Dilshawn, it was
Heads.
heads. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay.
Okay, so Dilshawn is gonna go second. Carter
I
Thomas is
passed
gonna
the
go
other thing
first.
first.
Yep. Good luck to the both of you guys. I'm going to turn Cham's volume down a little bit. And as a reminder to the competitors, please turn the commentator volumes, me, Carter, and Zach down to 0 so you don't hear the commentary. I'm going to generate a new scramble, and good luck to the both of you. 3, 2, 1. All right, and we're off and rolling. Yeah, so Zach.
I guess the best way
So,
for me to not see it.
by the way, sidebar. How do I show draw scramble on Let's Keep?
You don't. This is it's a Chrome extension from Joshua Marriott.
Cool. Okay.
So,
So I
Just
can't
mention.
talk about the scramble until I see it.
Cham, I think Carter wants you to check the scramble, but
I can check for main lucky cases.
Uh,
Carter, could you show the other side quickly?
Yeah.
That doesn't look good to begin with.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
That's fine.
Wait, am I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dilshawn, can you show the other side? Yeah, that's fine.
all right. So, obviously, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are having some. We're gonna test out the use of a judge. Hopefully, this will be more streamlined once we get more into the nitty gritty of the match. But here we go. First solve. That's going to be a 326.
Pretty solid start.
Dilshawn's gonna get ready here. So Zach, do you have any predictions about this match? Do you know? Do you who do you think is going to take it home here?
I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go with my gut, and whatever I submitted for my Clock Cup bracket is gonna take it. But without sounding like cliche, I think it can really go either way. Um,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. it there's a lot of dynamics in this match. I get it. I get it.
I'm not trying to get involved in Clock Cup beef right now, man.
Ooh.
But no,
Yeah.
I I think both are, good at clock. They're in the semifinals for a reason.
Dilshawn, I've seen the blank side and that's fine. The other side is fine. Carter, that's correct as well. They're both good. Yep.
Good?
Okay.
All right, so both are good, and we're gonna be starting the second round of this match. So far,
You
Dilshawn
didn't
hasn't.
comment. Yeah, Dilshawn starting off strong with a 2.
Yeah. Dilshawn's getting ready here. Sorry, in section I was about to say while he's getting ready, he did take the early lead here with the first point. I'm not sure how influential that is in terms of like in the early stages of Clock Cup, and especially in season 1, there were a lot of times whoever got the first point usually won the match. But Carter Thomas can definitely win this match. So, what are you thinking here, Zach?
I mean, from every Clock Cup match I've watched, it's usually whoever can dart out to the early lead. But I want to say that they're both just so evenly matched to where we're not really gonna know until we hit 15.
Yeah, or we can get into overtime. That's also a possibility. Oh, that would make this more exciting.
Over time, you would say?
Okay. All right. Well,
That's correct as well.
we are
Dilshawn, that's correct.
you are the master at puns here, Zach. Yeah,
I'm getting about
apologies,
one frame every 3 seconds for Dilshawn as well.
Yeah,
I'll do my best to commentate Carter's. There is one center edge skip on this scram.
believe that. Oh, okay. So he's gonna be using
very
7
fast
simul
flip. Both sides solved, and we're gonna see I can't tell, a 302.
Ooh.
Very, very good solve. Yeah, that front or that first side looked really quick, and then nice fast flip. Dilshawn starting.
Yeah, apologies for the lag on
I can't-
Dilshawn's end.
It went from scramble to him holding up the stack mat.
But
With
Carter
a
Thomas wins this
396 for Dilshawn there. So Carter taking 2 in a row there.
point. That is pretty good.
The scrambles.
That's correct, Dilshawn. Carter, that side's correct. That's correct as well.
So Dilshawn's going to be starting off first here. But Carter Thomas has stolen that early lead that Dilshawn achieved.
I'd still argue that it is fairly even for both competitors. I mean, one solve. That's all it takes, and then we're back to even. Seeing a little more there. Both sides solve. What's the time?
I think we got more than 2 frames that solved.
Yeah, I was able to see moves during a 279 for Dilshawn.
Looking at the scramble, there is a center edge skip. There is
The center edge skip, and then there's an edge skip on the other side.
that makes this, I believe, it skips a couple of simul moves here, but Carter Thomas is doing 7 simul here.
Ooh.
Flip, I mean, that could beat it. 271.
271.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, a very, very hot start for both these competitors. Only 2s and 3s so far.
This is sort of a revenge story here because Carter Thomas, in his most recent clock round, I believe, got a DNF average, but on the last solve, there was a miss scramble,
That side's right as well.
and the original solve, if the miss scramble were to count officially, would have been the world record average, and also the NAR average too by default. but currently, as of today, Dilshawn has the NAR average. So it is a story of what ifs, really, from Carter. But today, Eric.
A 255 from Carter. Carter with a sub 3 mean in the last 5 solves. Not to cut you off there.
That is really impressive. 298 mean is, but that looked pretty fast as well from Dilshawn. Man, these frames are killing me. But it was not fast. It was a 593.
Yeah, I can't really tell what the solve is until it's put in.
That side's right, Carter. That's right as well.
I think this is the first scramble we're seeing without a center edge skip.
Dilshawn, that side's right, and that side's right as well.
Really? I mean, that's not hard to believe, especially since of all the good solves these competitors are getting, actually. But yeah, interesting revelation there, Zach.
I would like to take note, maybe it's nice seeing 7 simul flip finally gaining some ground. I remember still in kind of its infancy of the method, kind of got clowned on for like, you're gonna do simul moves and flip,
Right.
That's lame. But it's Carter's pushing through, as well as Jaden in chat, pushing through, showing what a 7 simul flip's really about.
Yeah, I definitely think that seven simul flip is a method that really should be explored more, even though there's so many, like, you can get really good with it. It's just that there's a small percentage of world-class users that actually use it, mainly because of probably the animosity towards flip. So all it takes is just...
I do think we are starting to see maybe a clock renaissance is a very corny way of putting it, but we're starting to see a lot more developments with simul, and especially in terms of like, there's B-Paul and there's Tommy's, but there's also like a Mirror Zhang, and then 7 simul flip stuff, and then all the different pin orders of doing those to maximize skips.
Right.
Ooh, and a DNF for Carter.
First DNF of the match. That is...
Carter's still up 4-2. Definitely not an outstanding lead, but a lead's a lead.
I definitely think that sometimes early leads don't mean, like, even if your lead is super huge. Like, remember with Eric versus Jaden, even though that match actually Eric won anyway.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. But actually, a better example would be Samuel Eklund Hanna versus Oliver Castledine. I believe Oliver was 12-5 up. I think this was in season 2. And then Samuel went on to beat Oliver in overtime.
Very, very quick from Carter. 244.
Wow, this average is insane. Could he get... What's BPA here?
It's looking like 2.5-ish.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sub WR, but it would be close at least, and you always appreciate that. So
Dilshawn with a 656. Carter taking that one by pretty big margin, going up 5-2.
That side's right, Carter.
Yeah, got these
That side's right.
these scrambles, man. They whew.
oh, there's 2 center edge skips. We get double the goodness here.
Dilshawn, can you check trigger the side? Yeah, that's right.
So as we're waiting right now, looking at this scramble, I can't tell. Sometimes when you get double center edge skips, it's a lot easier to find the 6 simul moves. I don't know if that's like, if there's like a mathematical statistic to back that up, but it's definitely...
I find that at least at the very least I can predict it in inspection, and then
Oh yeah.
In terms of myself, I always get that.
All right. That
when I
looked...
see double edge skip. That was fast, but also the frame count, so I'm not too sure. Dilshawn coming through with a. Still waiting to
What's
see.
wait a little bit.
Oh, he whacked out.
Dilshawn left.
Okay. Oh, he's back.
Hold.
He has to do spectate, compete, and then enter his time, I think.
Wait, Dilshawn, you do press spectate, then press compete, and then enter your time.
So we have
Dilshawn with a 563.
That did not look like a 563 to be honest. If I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, but
Carter starting his inspection. Ooh, the safety flip at the end, just to double check.
I call it a double flip to be honest, but that would that counts the 304, which
Same thing.
A 304 with an extra safety on it is nothing to scoff at. This scramble we see another center edge skip as well as an adjacent edge skip.
I believe center edge skips occur 1 in every 2 solves, if I'm not mistaken.
You could just say 50%.
Or 50%, but it's more eloquent to say 1 in every 2 solves. But yeah, these scrambles are actually pretty good. So
yeah, well, I'm glad that the audience is getting a show, seeing what both competitors are really capable of on top tier scrambles. Ooh, a little bit of a longer side on, or a little bit of a longer second side. A 346 for Carter. Still, it seems slow. It's slower than any other solve that he's gotten so far, but it's still insanely fast.
oh yeah, it is. Dilshawn.
His camera was hidden by a visual bug for me that entire video.
Yeah.
A 302. I don't know if that.
So
I can just DNF mine and we can skip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then so that's gonna be 6 free right now is the current score. But Dilshawn has scored the last point, so
You know, still definitely anyone's game.
Yep. But honestly,
I don't think anyone.
Right now, I would give the momentum towards Carter Thomas, just mainly because of that small run of like 2s. That was
Oh yeah, definitely.
absolutely insane to watch, especially in right here in the voice call where it happened. So
Seeing here on this scramble, we have 2 sets of adjacent edge skips. No center edges, but still giving you just another memo position to look at. Look for maybe a better solution, easier memo, anything like that. Dilshawn starting his memo off. I can actually see his inspection happening this time.
I was just about to say.
Oh, are we gonna lose it?
I was just about to say, Zach, you kind of
yeah.
jinxed it. This is the commentator's jinx. You never say
Commentator's curse.
I call it the jinx, but it's a DNF
well,
anyway.
Dilshawn DNFing a 407. So, leaving the door a little bit open for Carter, kind of to safety his way through it. But I'll be honest, I don't think he's really gonna safety here. I think he's still just gonna go for.
He's gonna do the double safety.
Max speed.
Yep, there we go.
Double safety with a Y2 instead of an X2 flip at the end there.
286.
But a 286 with a Y2 double check is kind of crazy.
Is 244 Clock Cup world record, by the way?
That's right. Wait, no, Carter. Can you show your other side quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, Deltron, could you show your other side? Wait, no. Carter, I think you've misscrambled by a tick on that side.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Alright, so
Yeah.
Deltron,
Carter-
your is right.
Carter, we are now 10 solves in, and Carter's still maintaining a sub 3
Oh, yeah.
average or a sub 3 mean.
oh yeah. But
Comparing to
That's good, right?
to Dilshawn's 420 right now. It
shout out.
over
As well.
Alright, cool.
You know, I definitely right now I am leaning more towards Carter taking this. He's been very consistent as of late.
Yeah, just by the numbers, I would definitely say.
Oh, DNF.
A
Oh,
little bit of hezzy on that first side and still DNFing by 1 tick on the last. A 291 DNF.
that's the commentator's curse I was just talking about. Right at hand.
It's fine. We'll see Dilshawn here starting his inspection. Will we get to see the solve? We get to see a solved clock. And that's going to be a 666 for Dilshawn.
What an interesting safety we got here. They call it the devil's number, but we're just gonna we'll see if Dilshawn can give hell to Carter here.
And
I
we are seeing another center edge skip scramble.
That's right.
To be fair, I think a couple scrambles back there were no center edge skips, or maybe it was the last scramble.
No, we've had 2 or 3 so far, but still, overwhelmingly these scrambles have been very good for both these competitors.
Oh yeah. Like sometimes you compete in clock rounds and then you just get like maybe one center edge skip, and it's incredibly frustrating. Like you know that feeling.
Ooh, Dilshawn, I think he didn't start the timer on that one.
Yep. So that's gonna be a DNF. Zach, you
Carter
know a lot
just needs
about the WC regulations and timer starts. Would you like to give us a little bit of insight about that from like a delegate perspective?
So in what regards, just curious on how the regs are, or maybe some nuance with it. I don't know.
Oh,
What are you looking for?
I don't know. With the timer start thing, because what are your tips from like a competitor perspective?
Wait, what?
to,
Oh, other stuff?
wait.
Wait.
So I mean, advice I always give to just to new competitors is oh wait, sorry, 1 second. You know, it's
Wait, I might have.
timer start is like obviously at the very beginning yourself, so
Oh, I think I did
you
it
need to
B negative
lock
2
in
instead.
for a lack of better words. But it's-
Right.
I think it's arguably a lot more important than people realize. Kinda- It's just gonna set the pace yourself. If you have a really bad timer start or like a fumble, anything like that, it's gonna start screwing with you.
Right. Catch Google was asking about the strictly sub 0.06 thing. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, so that's just to take into account for speed stacks timers maybe not being the highest quality.
Yeah.
There's a funny video on a YouTube channel that I love, kind of ratting on speed stacks, but a DNF for Carter there. It's gonna be DNFing a 274, but
Oh,
the
rats.
regulation state of 0.06 or below is worthy of being granted an extra as long as you're not stopping it early intentionally. Likely, if you're in reference to Dilshawn's 0.01, that was probably just him fumbling with the timer start. Just put it as 0.01 just to get to the next solve. Dilshawn with a 779, I imagine it must have been a super safety there. Carter up 8-5, still a lot closer than maybe I was expecting, especially after this early lead from
especially
Carter.
after that start. Just a quick mention: in the past 4 rounds, they've all been affected by 3 points, or as I like to call them, second solve safeties, where the first competitor DNFs and then the second competitor ultimately safeties and just has to solve the clock in order to win the point. So that would affect Carter Thomas more, I think, because it buys Dilshawn a little bit more time, I would say. So, because Carter Thomas did have a pretty predominant lead, but that looked pretty shaky from Dilshawn, if I'm going to be honest. That's going to be a
368. Definitely nothing to scoff at, but so far this entire match, we've only seen one time from Carter that was above 3.68. And it may have been on a safety due to Dilshawn's DNF. Carter again. A little bit of a fumble on that flip, but
Some hesitation.
nothing
I
can make
call
up
it more
from
of a
a
hesitation
289.
to be.
A 289 for Carter, going up 9-5.
So we are.
Maybe not the best way to make a living,
Side's right, Carter.
but is that
That side's right, Dilshawn, and that side's right, Carter.
what is it? So we are this next solve could take us to the potential halftime break.
It is a very interesting decision from the competitors as of late in this season to not take the halftime break.
Yeah.
what- I don't know what to think about
if I can give my thoughts on it, clock is a very momentum based event. If you're solving good, solving hot, if you're shooting hot, you got to pass yourself the rock, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it's if you take a break, like say you get sent to the waiting area and
You feel a
your
little
clock's
low.
sitting at the scrambling table for a couple minutes, then you're gonna lose that warm up you had. And especially with clock being as turning dependent as it is as an event, any chance you can have at saving your own consistency is
Do either of you two want
good.
a halftime break?
No, for me.
Did Dilshawn say yes or no?
I think he said yes.
What did you say? Did you say yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to go
I don't
into a
taking the halftime break.
halftime. We're gonna go into a halftime break, right? Is this correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, so I am going to move Carter, Cham, and Dilshawn into a different voice channel. The halftime break will start right now. It is 5 minutes long, and we'll reconvene after 5 minutes have elapsed. So, Zach, do you mind if you want to turn on your camera here? We can talk about. Or-
Yeah.
Are you in a
Just
just in case you're like in your bed or something?
Let me check first. No, I'm not in bed, but my room's a little bit of a mess at the moment.
Okay. Well,
That's all right. We can
okay,
work with
just
this.
don't look at
So,
that side of my room. Okay. All right.
To rep that real quick.
Oh yeah.
I definitely going over the halftime break specifically. I know we were just talking about it a little bit at the end there, but I think taking the halftime break is a good call for Dilshawn.
Yeah.
Maybe use it to get that momentum back, get the hot hand back, and
Yeah.
see if that can work with him. Also, maybe in the opposite way or in the same way, but not for him, to maybe try and ice Carter, break him out
Right.
of his flow. I definitely think it's a good call to. I'm sorry. Are you cool with this? Should I?
I'm cool
cover
with
that
whatever you
up?
want. This is your job as a
Okay.
commentator. I can bring you on if you want.
Yeah.
I could never bring you on again. It's
Yeah,
my
no,
call.
no,
It's
no.
my call.
Yeah, no. But we're seeing here scoreboard before or at the halftime break, 9-6, only a 3-solve difference. I still think Dilshawn can pull it through, but
Really?
if the break doesn't really work the way that Dilshawn might be hoping, and Carter keeps his consistency up, which I kind of think he will, or we're gonna see this go to Carter. If I'm gonna predict from here, I do think Dilshawn might pull back a little bit, but I'm gonna guess a final score of Carter 15 and Dilshawn, let's say 11. I think is a safe prediction.
So far right now, I think I would call it. Ooh, I've never had to make a score prediction on the spot like this. Let's do. I'm gonna do Carter 15 to. We'll do Carter win 15-13. I think something will happen
Okay.
that will make it a
Yeah.
little bit closer. I think this.
No, I can see that. I can see where you're coming from. It really all is just going to depend on how this break goes for both competitors.
Yeah.
If we're going to see possibly a loss in consistency from Carter, or maybe getting back on a groove for Dilshawn. Going over some quick stats. 4 DNFs so far for Carter, 2 DNFs for Dilshawn. Carter with a 3.08 mean out of these last 15 solves. with a I think he had sub 3 up until like the first like 10, 12 solves,
Yeah.
which is I don't know, not too familiar with the Clock Cup records, sue me, but it definitely an impressive showing from Carter.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Either way.
Dilshawn at least pulling through, matching, keeping it. Dilshawn was keeping it really even up at the start, or at the very least was kind of pulling his own. But if we're gonna keep going back and forth with the alternating times, then I don't think Dilshawn's gonna. I mean, obviously, if we keep alternating, Dilshawn's
Yeah.
not gonna be able to come through and win. But I think he's got to go for it now, and then worry about safetying from here on
I
out.
think we have 1 minute left in our halftime break, so I just want to add on the perspective of Carter Thomas. I think he wants to play like more defensively, or I guess if you want to put it that way, maybe try to make sure to solve the clock a lot of the time because he's like really hot right now, or like really hot in like terms of like his momentum. Uh, but that could slow down after the break. But if he was solving like he was before the break, it would really just be in terms of maybe slowing it down just a little bit because I think if you have that, that would be like enough to get you across the finish line very convincingly. If he keeps to like DNF a little bit, maybe be a little bit more sloppy in his times, worrying about the fact that Dilshawn might gain some more points, then that could be his Achilles heel in the end. But it's all just a matter
You know,
of yeah.
I totally agree, but looking at it here, Carter really only needs 6 solves.
Yeah.
And even taking Carter's 6 worst solves right now, he's usually winning against Dilshawn's 6 best.
Right.
So these last few, maybe we're gonna see a little bit of a break and not having so many lucky scrambles. But these next solves, they'll really define the match for sure.
So that is going to be the end of the halftime break. It is 5 minutes, so I'm going to bring the competitors back. That is going to be enough from us for this halftime report. Bye, guys.
I forgot. I should have pulled out the sponsored by Zach Ridall shirt.
Oh.
A true fumble.
All right. Let's have Dilshawn turn his camera on before we start. I'm going to generate a new scramble after this. I'm going to assume both computers are ready. As a reminder, if you guys can still hear us, turn the volume down to 0%. Yeah, I'm going to go with
Scramble secrecy being taken very seriously. I appreciate that from
What you doing?
Yep.
a delegate standpoint.
That is the theme of Clock Cup integrity.
I think Dilshawn goes first, right?
Integrity.
Dilshawn goes first, right?
Yes, Dilshawn is going first.
That side's correct, Dilshawn. That side's correct, Carter. Dilshawn, that's correct, and Carter, that's correct.
All right, so we're starting off again. We have a center edge skip on one side and an adjacent edge skip on the other side. A common theme, I guess, for all these scrambles so far.
I think in terms of common theme, you just mean the scrambles are good.
The script, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that is an alternate way of putting it, definitely.
So, Dilshawn's going to start us off in the second half here. It is no longer halftime with that solve being done.
His camera's functioning a little bit better. I got to see the start of the solve.
Maybe during the halftime break he got his camera sorted out, which is maybe
Dilshawn
that's
starting off the break with a 375.
That's interesting.
Definitely nothing to scoff at.
Oh yeah.
Making sure that Carter does have to work for it.
It's not served on a
Carter, very fast first side.
Oh.
Ooh, what are we gonna see there? A 245 from Carter, and that's not even his best single this match.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I obviously can't go off of just the first solve, but the halftime break, I think Carter kept his momentum going. We're seeing another center edge skip, and on the same side, we're seeing 2 sets of adjacent edge skips.
Oh
That's
yeah.
correct.
We don't. I don't know. I don't know if the top 16 even did we have like what one flip user?
We had Samuel Ekwinhana. We had the Victorious is 7 simul.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Was that? I think a DNF for Carter, but I'm pretty sure that was just flip. I think he
Do you think that
he
that
saw
wasn't
the
even 7 simul flip?
nah. I think he saw the opportunity with that 2-move cross on the one side. Maybe saw something good on the second side.
That was a 2-move cross. I don't think that's a, or maybe.
Oh wait,
Maybe
no,
I
three
understood it.
move. I
Yeah.
counted wrong. My bad. Dilshawn, very can't tell by the camera, but I'm pretty sure that was fast salt. At 444. Shout out Jay Z.
Oh. I knew you were
Don't
I knew you were gonna
don't
make some reference to that.
don't give me credit for that.
Okay. I'm not giving you credit. I'm just
Seeing here
acknowledging it.
another center edge skip scramble.
And that side's correct.
Hey, Sean.
Now, obviously, with 7 simul flip, what Carter has been using for, I'm pretty confident every single solve this match. A center edge skip does give you the with 7 simul. My apologies, not flip. You do get the opportunity to skip the first D move of the solve, which can really help with your grip on the clock in total. Dilshawn does not look happy with that.
Yeah, it's a DNF.
Dilshawn DNFing a 420.
Let's
Carter
look
really
at.
just needs to pull through here. And
That's what I was gonna say. Okay. Carter Thomas here is going to start, and but it doesn't really matter just as long as he solves the clock. It's not going to be a pretty solve, but whatever
clock is
gets the
solved.
job
We're gonna
done.
see. I think I counted 5 flips on that solve.
5. Wow.
5. We had like 2 safety flips at the end, and then stuttering back and forth. But an 835 is still gonna take it. Unfortunately, that does
It's a miss scramble.
Oh.
kind of kill Carter's mean here, but
It's right, Dilshawn.
Yeah.
we're
That-
seeing another center edge skip scramble.
To
It's,
be fair, Zach, that is a 344 mean with an 8 DNF. Or not 8 DNF. It's an 8.
As well.
Yeah, it does sound
So-
like that, I think.
Yeah, no, it's still very impressive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dilshawn having some camera troubles there, but pretty sure we're all back in. Well, having some Discord troubles. We've had camera troubles the entire match. Carter starting off his inspection. Again, another center edge skip. Definitely, I would say benefiting Dilshawn in the 7 simul non-flip. But I think that was a 297 for Carter Thomas. Just marking down another sub 3 for him. Dilshawn starting off. Looked like a little bit of hesitation on that first dial move. Dilshawn with a 521.
So Carter Thomas is 3 points away from the victory. If Dilshawn wants to turn up, he needs to turn up right now, before it's a little too late.
That's
And,
right,
We got almost-
that side's right.
it's almost a bit at this point, but another center edge skip and adjacent edge skip as well on the same scram or same side.
I don't think there were. Oh, the same side. If I meant on the different side, it looks like an adjacent edge skip on the other side, but not quite. So about 1 tick off. Dilshawn's gonna start this solve 7 simul, of course. Skipping that D move on the backside. I think that looked okay. I can't tell if that was oh, but it's a DNF.
DNFing a
on the-
356.
I think it's a DNF on the other side. That wasn't white. Let's take a look at Carter Thomas's solve.
Ooh, little bit of hesitation there. Safety flip, but Carter's still pulling through with another 5.
gonna be a 13 from Carter Thomas here.
A 5, not a 13.
Oh, sorry, it's gonna be a 13 points for Carter Thomas here. That's what I meant to say.
13 to 7. Carter really only 2 solves away from this, and
That side's right, Dilshawn.
in the grand scheme of things, 2 solves, there's not really a whole lot of room for error here on Dilshawn's side. Dilshawn maybe on a bit of a dry streak. He hasn't won an individual solve in the last 5. If you are excluding Carter's DNF, last time Dilshawn came through was on with his 279. Carter, bit of a slow
Ooh.
flip,
Oh my god.
DNFing even after the timer fumble.
That was hard to watch, yeah, with that. But unfortunately, it is commonplace in the clock community. Accidents like that.
Yeah, well, it's rough, but you just gotta buckle down and
I see you.
It,
I see you, Zach.
yeah. Gotta acknowledge it at least a little bit of fanfare for the audience.
Yep.
Dilshawn,
Yeah.
that side's right. Carter, that's right.
But as they say in the clock community, all is fair in love and poetry.
No one says that, Carter.
No one says
I'm afraid.
that. I know.
I'm afraid no one says that.
Yep. Okay.
Dilshawn inspecting.
8 seconds.
Very convenient. His inspection has very good camera quality, but as soon as he starts turning, a safety flip for Dilshawn.
I'm not sure that was a safety flip. That was more of a salvage flip there.
Yeah. But what did he salvage? A 611. Definitely not impossible to still win with, but we're gonna see Carter starting off here. A little hezzy on the
That was a safety
second
flip.
side. Both sides solved. Safety flip 341. Carter is at match point here. Just needs one more to take it home. I know both of us predicted to see a little bit more of a comeback from Dilshawn, but I don't know if that the halftime break really got us anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it really materialized into anything too much. It's only confirmed our fact that I think Carter Thomas is going to win this match at the end of the day, and he will be the one punching the ticket to the final. Yeah, that's going to be a really exciting final watch, especially with this form from Carter Thomas. If he can keep this up when we do our match, it's going to be Nicholas versus Carter. That will be insane.
Carter, very fast first side.
Oh.
Ooh, DNFing by 1 tick. That is going to be a 236 DNF. I'm not sure. What is Clock Cup record single?
I think it was set
not-
today. It was a 244. So that would have been.
Then a potential DNF out of CCWR. Dilshawn gonna with a 356 hanging on at least a little bit here.
But Carter Thomas here is going to have the second solve advantage. So Dilshawn will be the one to set the benchmark for this match, or this match point for Carter Thomas. This is going to be
Dilshawn,
intense to watch. Carter Thomas DNFing at match point.
Six solves Dilshawn needs to well we'd go into overtime, or is there like win by 2
Yeah,
sort
win
of
by
standards?
2
I'm
rule.
not
Yes.
too familiar. Okay. So we still have a little bit looking pretty hasty from Dilshawn.
Let's see what
Is
this
it
one
enough to keep him in? A 455
Oof.
might be. Carter posted up. Just gotta think one free throw, and then it's game. Very kind of
Oh
sloppy
my God.
first side,
What a flip.
and he fumbles the second side, and that is a 491. Dilshawn coming back through. My prediction slowly being more and more correct.
I can see
Laugh in the
Dilshawn
face of our
smiling
other
through the
experienced
camera.
commentator.
Zach, I don't know if you caught that, but Dilshawn is smiling there. I think he knows that maybe maybe there's a chance.
Right.
Well, there's definitely a chance. You've competed in clock enough to see it where really anything can happen,
Oh yeah,
especially if it's coming down to just five solves at this point.
I've
Five solves can
watched.
really make or break you.
Yeah, I think I've watched every match except for like four of the Clock Cup matches. There have been some insane comebacks in the history of Clock Cup, but that is a
Carter,
solve.
a 287. That might be the nail in the coffin for Dilshawn.
Dilshawn has been in this position before, I believe. I think he was in Eric versus him actually.
Lot of pressure here, especially knowing you got a tough time to beat, and I
That's not gonna do it.
don't think that that's going to do it. Dilshawn ending with a 451. Carter Thomas is going to take the semifinals of Clock Cup Season 3, or at least this side of the bracket. Carter will be facing Niklas in the
Oh,
finals.
I got muted.
All
Should
right,
the
so
pattern-
yeah, that is it.
should the
Carter
pattern-
Thomas has punched his ticket into the final against Nick Glass, which will be happening very shortly. But let's get our reactions from the competitors here. As a general question for the both of you, what did you guys think of that match?
Oh wait, just quickly, competitors, just make sure you've like unmuted counter if you hadn't already.
Oh, one second.
Hey guys, welcome back. What did you guys think of that match?
I thought I did all right, but I DNF'd a ton. But it was pretty good otherwise. I got some good averages and good singles.
Dilshawn, what were your thoughts?
I was doing like okay, pretty good at start. Then at the end I kind of lost it.
Hmm. Zach, do you have any questions before I go into the questions that I have myself?
I mean, this might be stealing a question from you if you already have it, but this goes out to both competitors. I'll start with Carter. Where do you guys think the meta of halftime breaks falls within Clock Cup? I think Clock overall is a very momentum based event. Do you find that the break can bring you back at all, or how do you view halftime breaks?
I don't use it if I'm winning because it's just breaking the flow. But like if I'm losing, then it's like it's good to do that and try to do some practice solves and get more warmed up, I guess. But yeah, when I'm winning, I don't typically do them.
Uh, I just use it when like I feel like my turning's kind of not as good as it should be, but it didn't work today for some reason I guess.
Yeah. Zach, do you have any other questions before I maybe wrap it up for tonight?
I don't know if I have any other questions. I will say congrats again to Carter. And good job to both of our competitors today. It's a very entertaining match to watch.
And I believe that 244 might have been the clock record single. I'm not entirely sure, but it sounds about right. So, congratulations, Carter. My question to Carter for you is: you're going to be in the final against Diklas, so I'm gonna ask this question that's on everyone's mind. Do you think you can beat Niklas? And if so, how?
I mean, maybe. I got like a bunch of twos, which he doesn't get terribly often. As long as I can like pull those off and not be brain dead, I think I should be fine. But I don't know. Just make sure I'm turning right, not DNFing by one tick, like I did a few times, like on the twos. I guess it's the best way I can put it.
Right. Dilshawn. So this is going to unfortunately be the end of the road for you for season 3. So let me ask you some questions. What was your favorite clock up moment of this season? And any last words before we log off for today?
Yes, my favorite was probably the match against Eric because no one's
Okay. So yeah, that's going to be it for this semifinal match. Thank you to the competitors for competing. Thank you to Zach for commentating, and the unsung.
This is.
Sorry, Zach. You wanted to add something?
Oh no, I mean I cut you off, but thank you for having me on. This was a blast. I'm definitely not opposed if I'm free to coming back for the finals and potentially season 4, but I don't know. We're not there yet.
And I want to give a huge shout out to the unsung hero here, Cham. You have been an amazing judge for this match. This is the first match in season 3 where we're using judges. Hopefully we'll have one for the final. And yeah, I'm really excited to see that in action and to promote the integrity of Clock Cup. So thank you, Cham. Any words before we head out? I'll give you the last word before we log off for tonight.
Watch the final. It's gonna be good.
All right, yeah. Watch the final. Those are the words.
Good call. Good call.
Carter and Zach, I'm gonna have you say after we end for tonight. But yeah, that's gonna be it.